Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a classic Italian appetizer, which is a bruschetta. I'm going to be showing you 3 different types of fillings that can go on top of it. And it's extremely simple to make. It's absolutely no-cook recipe and your guests will simply love it for your parties. In this video, I'm also going to show you a small snippets of what I do behind the scenes while shooting a video, the different things that I do, like taking a picture, like for example with my Samsung Galaxy A6 Plus, which has a great infinity display and a sleek metal design. And I'm going to show you what are the different things that I do, like prepping, plating, and also taking pictures while the shoot is going on. At the same time, you will also see how I make this recipe. So without wasting any time, let's just dive right in and start cooking. So there's a lot of things that go into, preparing things for a video shoot, right? So what I do typically is when I start my videos to prep all the ingredients. Like for example, today I'm going to be making a bruschetta, and I'm going to be making 3 types of bruschetta. One is a classic bruschetta, which is a tomato and basil with a little bit of garlic and olive oil. And I'm going to be making a mango and jalapeno bruschetta, which is going to be layered with some Greek yogurt, which has some garlic flavor in it, and a rosemary and a fresh fig bruschetta. It's extremely simple. All of these are seasonal ingredients, and I'm going to be topping these over delicious toasted baguettes, can be untoasted as well, and then serving it for an appetizer. And notice the different preparations that I did. I've chopped up the mangoes, I've sliced up my jalapenos, which are essentially delicious spicy chilies which are soaked in vinegar. You get them in bottles, and I use the ready ones because it's really nice. I like the taste of vinegar in it. And I have some fresh, nice red ripe tomatoes and figs. I've chopped all of them and kept. And what I do typically is to also take a picture of the prepped food that I do. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to be showing you a little bit of things that I do behind the scenes, which you never get to see. And today you'll be seeing me taking pictures with my phone. So I love the convenience of smartphones, especially my Samsung Galaxy A6 Plus. It's got a dual camera, and one feature that I love is the live focus. When I take pictures, what I look for is the blurring effect in the background and the food stays like in prime focus. And this looks so colorful. I'm so tempted to take a picture, so I'm going to just do that and then proceed to show you how I'm going to make the bruschetta by tossing up all the ingredients, okay? The live focus mode works so well that the food images come out so appetizing, giving it the depth of field to the background. You know what I'm talking about. The blurring of the background and my food stays in sharp focus and looks absolutely delicious. That's something that I simply love. So now that I've taken my pictures of all my prepped up ingredients, I'm just going to dive right away and show you how to make these 3 different types of bruschettas. My first step is to chop up some garlic. So I have some garlic cloves here with me, and garlic is one of the most important ingredients, and olive oil as well, that is used in bruschettas. Okay, it's added fresh and it's added raw, and I'm going to be adding some garlic straight away to all of these, plus to my Greek yogurt, which I have sort of made and kept, which is homemade. I'm going to give you a tip on how to make that. I'm going to quickly chop it up and then proceed to make the bruschetta. So now that I've chopped my garlic up, I'm going to keep this to the side, and I'm going to flavor my Greek yogurt with some garlic and some red chili flakes and a pinch of salt. So our Greek yogurt would be ready to be spread over the bread slices. So here's my Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is extremely simple to make at home. What you have to do is just essentially take regular dahi or curd and then put it in a muslin cloth or a muslin cloth strainer. You get these muslin cloth strainers, and then put it in the refrigerator. Keep a bowl underneath to collect the weight and put it in the refrigerator, and overnight you will have fresh, thick Greek yogurt, which is essentially thick yogurt that's nice and creamy, which has all the whey removed. Okay, so I have this nice and creamy yogurt out here, which is great for making dips, shrikand, and also a nice spread for your bread as well. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping it simple for this Greek yogurt, just garlic, a little bit of olive oil, a dash of salt, and some red chili flakes. Okay, so I'm just going to take a small portion of the chopped garlic because the rest of it is going to go into the mangoes, tomatoes, and the figs. Okay, so I'm just going to add this into it. I'm going to add in some chili flakes. Look at the nice color. And I'm going to add in some salt. whisk it up nicely, and your flavored Greek yogurt is ready. So you can flavor this Greek yogurt in multiple ways. You can add in some dill leaves, chopped parsley, basil, or even grate in some carrots, saute it a little bit and then add it in, or finely chop some jalapenos or green chilies and add it, and it will give a great taste. But I'm just going to leave it as it is because we have the rest of the ingredients going to be packed with flavor. Okay, so I'm going to be minusing the olive oil from the Greek yogurt today because I'm going to be tossing all of them with olive oil so they'll get the fresh flavors of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to keep this aside and then start making one bruschetta at a time. Okay, so the first topping for the bruschetta that I'm going to make is the mango and the jalapeno. So I have some fresh mangoes that I've chopped here and kept. And I also have some jalapenos that are sliced. There are two ways that you can do it. You can finely chop them or keep it sliced, but I like to keep it sliced because I like that extra punch when we bite into the bruschetta, okay? So I'm just going to add in the mangoes into my mixing bowl, and I'm going to add in the jalapenos as well, okay? I'm going to keep this to the side. I'm going to add in the chopped garlic. I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil, add in a pinch of salt, and some red chili powder. Yes, jalapenos along with red chili powder, believe me, it tastes really nice. And the mangoes are really sweet. It doesn't have a bit of sourness to them. These are not those mangoes which have a little bit of sourness. I'm going to add that extra bit of tang to it by squeezing in just a dash of lemon. Not even half a lemon, just a little bit. There you go, just a few drops, okay? And that's it. So I'm going to give this mixture a stir. Take a spoon and then just toss it up gently. You want the mango pieces to remain, and if it mashes up a little bit, don't worry, it will still taste great, but you want them to be in chunks. I'm just going to toss it. So our first topping is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the next one, okay, which is even more simple. I'm going to keep this to the side and show you how to make the tomato basil bruschetta topping. So now my next topping is a tomato basil, which is the classic bruschetta, which you'll get anywhere you go in Italy, okay? So for this, I'm going to add in my chopped tomatoes. It has to be nice red tomatoes, which is soft, pulpy. I've removed the seeds and just retain the pulp. That's it. And it has to be bright red and juicy. Ensure you choose really good quality tomatoes, okay? And I'm going to add in garlic again and drizzle some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, extremely important, salt, some chili flakes. This is optional. I love adding chili to all my dishes, so that's why I'm doing that. And I have some fresh basil leaves here, which I'm going to quickly, thinly, julienne it and add it in. You can also tear it, chop it, completely your choice. Just going to add it in. So I'm going to toss all of this together, and the tomato basil bruschetta topping is now ready. Just give it a quick taste to see if you need some salt. I think it's just perfect. I'm just going to keep this to the side and proceed to show you how to make the fig and rosemary topping. And now I'm going to show you, like I said, a fig and rosemary bruschetta. Okay, so I'm going to add my fresh figs. I love fresh figs and it's in season right now, so I bought it, and none better time to actually make use of these fresh figs. They're not cooked, you can just use them raw. It tastes delicious when put into a bruschetta. So I'm just adding that into my pan. And I've got some fresh rosemary here, so if you don't have fresh rosemary, you can use dried rosemary as well, and it works well, or even like any type of mixed herb. But rosemary and fig is a very classic combination. So I'm going to mince the rosemary a bit. It's very strong flavors, so even if you add just this much, the flavors will just come through. I'm going to add in the salt, the olive oil, a little generous there, and I'm going to take again some garlic and add it in. That's it. I'm going to take another fork and toss this up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add some red chilies as well into this because I want that kick, otherwise it'll be a little too sweet for my palate. I'm going to add in some chili flakes and plus some red chili powder, which is a smoked paprika powder. I'm just going to go ahead and add that. If you don't have, even an Andhra chili powder would just work just as fine. It'll give that extra kick. And you must try this out because this is a great snack. You don't have to top it on top of a bruschetta. In fact, you can just eat it like a salad just like that if you don't like, if you like savory salads like I do, okay? So that's it. So this is also ready. So now I'm ready to just clean up. I'm gonna, and then keep everything together and show you how I plate my dish and how I take pictures of the plated dish and how you can serve it for parties. Okay, so let's just do that. So I'm ready to plate the dish. So I have some baguettes that I've sliced and kept here. So baguettes are nothing but an Italian bread which are crusty on the outside, and when you actually tap it in you can feel like a hard knock, and really soft and airy inside. So now what I'm going to do is to add in Greek yogurt to 2 of them, and one of them, which is a classic bruschetta, I'm just going to leave it just like that. So my first step is to add in the Greek yogurt, and that's going to be my let's say fig and rosemary. So I'm just going to do that, fig and rosemary on this plate too. And the center is going to be my tomato basil classic, and I'm going to add in, for the mango jalapeno, I'm going to add in some Greek yogurt as well. So there you go. Now that looks just perfect. Okay, and to this I'm going to add the toppings. And here's my fig and rosemary. I'm going to carefully place them. I like to actually pick it out and place it neatly so that it looks really nice when you serve it to your guests. So hence the reason I've sliced it in such a way that we can place it neatly. Okay. Rosemary on the top, pick out the rosemaries from the bottom and add it to the bruschetta. Okay. And we'll do the seasonings a bit later towards the end once we finish all of them. I'm going to do the mango and jalapeno, and notice now the reason why I chose to keep the jalapeno sliced, because they look really good when you serve. That's your mango bruschetta, and now the classic tomato basil. Well, the classic bruschetta typically doesn't have any Greek yogurt, so I'm just going to go ahead and add it over here. And this especially tastes great on toasted bread, so do toast the bread for this, because it'll be really tasty. With that olive oil on the bread plus the olive oil with the tomatoes, it tastes absolutely fresh and refreshing. So now that we have all of these ready, I'm going to quickly rinse my hand, and so that now that I'm going to top it off with maybe a chili flake or a basil, and then plate it and then take a picture of the entire thing, and I'll be ready to serve my guests today for the party. So the fig and rosemary already have a little bit of rosemary that I put on the top, but the mango jalapeno I think we can add in some color by putting in the red chili flakes. And this one looks just bright and fresh, just like that. Now I'm ready to take a picture. So what I typically do is to use my smartphone, which is the Samsung Galaxy A6 Plus. It's great because it's got the live focus feature, which adds to the blur background to the side and brings out the dish, makes it look really appetizing and brings out all the live colors of the dish. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I use the live focus feature once again to get that depth of field, which is the background blur, and notice how amazing the display looks. It brings out the real colors of the food. So now that I've taken the pictures of my food, I absolutely have to do no more editing. I just upload the pictures to my computer, write the recipe, and then publish the recipe on my website. So that's how you get to see great, delicious pictures of our food, which you can make in your kitchen. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, a little bit of behind the scenes of what I do for videos, as well as recipes, and how to make a delicious appetizer for your parties. Do give these recipes a try. When you do, don't forget to give your feedback in the comments below, because I'll always be looking to hear back from you. Until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.